you make of the comment from Danielson that this might potentially be his last year wrestling? Or I guess wrestling full time, I should say.
I think he's teased this. This is about to be year 3 in AEW next year. And he was like, well, this could be the last full time run for him. I'm not surprised. His daughter and son are getting older now. And you want to be at home a bit more full time. I think the Saturday schedule works a bit better for him to be at home during the week and not travel 2 or 3 days out of the week and then miss, your kids going to school and spending time with them as well. So I feel as if the grind is going to slow down a bit. He'll be a part-time player mostly and be a part of the big shows, but he has given so much in this last run after being cleared about 5 years ago now. And I just think he wants to slow down the pace a bit, be more of a family man, be at home with his kids, be there for them. I totally respect that. He has given way more than we could possibly ever want. And it's been a
Yeah.
blessing to see him work at such a high level the last 5 or so years, especially his last run in AEW since 2021.
Right. Yeah. God, it really has been almost 5 years now. The time has flown by. Like, it doesn't even seem like that. And then, yeah. And because somebody posted the comment where Bryan Danielson said in a Fightful interview that he loves to lie and Cody Rhodes taught him how to lie.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so he could be, but he's talked about, on and off for a while that he promised Birdie that like he would retire when she was 7 or he'd be around more when she turned 7 and she's 6 now. So maybe it is a storyline thing. I could see, especially, he broke his arm. I mean, obviously that's a kind of a freak accident, breaking his arm in the match, but he is like, I do think he's clearly he's on the other side of his career. I don't know that he's going to be like some of these guys in New Japan who wrestle until they're 50. Maybe he will be if he's wrestling like for the 4 big shows a year. Maybe or maybe he does the Wrestle Dream, because that seems like something he'd be doing. I'd really, if this is gonna be like his last full-time year, I'd really like him to see him do the G1 next year. I know that he's wanted to do that. I'd love to see him get in with some of these New Japan guys, like Shingo Takagi and Goto and just some of these Ishii. I'd love to see him mix it up with some of these guys there. I'm so glad we're getting this match. I thought that Zack Sabre Jr. I thought they were going to save it for Wrestle Kingdom, but clearly this was before we knew that Wrestle Dream existed. And I think this is the perfect match for Wrestle Dream. And I heard the comments today from Zack Sabre Jr. He was like, finally, it's about time. I surpassed you years ago, dickhead. It's like, I'm just I'm glad we're getting some of the promos out of it leading up to it, because Zach is a fun promo. But is there anybody you would like to see Daniel wrestle if this is it for him? Like, is there somebody you think that he should wrestle before he dials it back a little bit?
Oh man. Let's see. Will this be just for the AEW roster?
However, wherever.
Let's think about this. I would love to see Danielson and Samoa Joe.
Man, yeah.
I
Yeah,
want to see it.
I think we have to get that in there. That would be, and they could, that is a huge AEW pay-per-view match, but God, that would be a really big ROH they only have 3 pay-per-views. they've got Death Before Dishonor, Supercard of Honor, Death Before Dishonor, and Final Battle. So but I think that Tony would save that for an AEW pay-per-view. But man, yeah, that would be a really good one.
Yeah, I want to see them run it back one more time. I want to see Danielson and Tateshka again.
Yeah.
With Tateshka as a bigger baby face than he was coming
Yeah.
in a year or so ago. Maybe Omega one more time for the road as well. Just give me a bunch of run it back matches that were already good, but they can be greater now a year or 2 removed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, I like that. I like that idea a lot. I really like that. Yeah, I just want to see him. What would be cool if they could do it if Adam Copeland shows up in AEW, which I think he will. I think he wants to do one last run with Christian. I think they'll do like a final. Even if he just does a 1-year deal just to get, I think he'll do one more run with Christian. I think they'll do a final Hardy Boys match. I think they'll do the Young Bucks too, because that's a match that's never happened before. The Young Bucks and Edge and Christian. Well, I guess he wouldn't be Edge, but it's the same because Adam Copeland and Christian. But wouldn't it be something to see Edge versus Danielson, two guys whose careers nearly ended because of neck problems, and they were both able to come back and be successful, and to have them face each other, I think would be a really cool thing to see. Just because it's a add Shibata to that match. Shibata was never supposed
Yes.
to wrestle again either. Get have a 3-way with them or something like that. Like it's it's a testament to their hard work and to the doctors and how things have progressed in the medical field, to see that these two men who were supposed to never wrestle again come back and do it at a high level, is an incredible thing to see.
Yeah, I think about when Bryan came back in 2018 and he was like, I'm not giving up. He didn't give up. And through the power of modern medicine, he was able to make a great comeback. And Adam
Right.
Copeland, Edge as well, debilitating neck injury, was able to
Yeah.
come back. I mean, like his story of his return in 2020 still gets me every time I see him come back. So to see those two guys have a singles match in AEW, if it comes to pass, guys that defy the odds and they can
Yeah.
just go off in the ring. And I know that Edge has got one more like really great singles run in him,
Uh-huh.
and Danielson never misses. We had like teases of that heading into their
Yeah.
match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania a couple of years ago, but I
Mhm.
still want the full-fledged match.